Hello everyone, Brandon Boyd here again, Founder 7, Master Distributor with Wake Up Now. I've again set up the trainer account here so that you understand the power of using the Wake Up Now program, whether you're a customer or an independent business owner. And today I want to cover how to use Wake Up Now TaxBot. Now I can tell you from a customer standpoint as well as a business standpoint, this is probably one of the most, if not the most, powerful part of the program. You will save more money in deductions as being a business owner than many of you would even make from the compensation plan. So it is so extremely important that you use Wake Up Now TaxBot. I've had tremendous results come from using this system, extremely organized. So here's what I want to do. This is your Wake Up Now hub. And again, this is a trainer account, but I've also put in my actual numbers in this from this year through 9 months of deductions with Wake Up Now as a business owner. So as you come in, you can either click here or at the very top, this is a simple back office to use, you can click on TaxBot. Okay, so as you click on TaxBot, it's going to open up a separate tab, and I want to show you how powerful this really is. When you first come here, it's going to have you sign in. The nice thing is once you sign in, you don't ever have to sign in again. And this is an app as well that you can get on your phone. So you can go, if you have a smartphone, you just type in TaxBot, and you can actually download this app for free. Okay. Now, as we go in here, look at the top right. This is through 9 months. $42,333.68 in estimated tax deductions as a business owner that you cannot get if you were just an employee. Okay, so there's a few tabs at the top where it has your dashboard, trips that you've taken, your expenses, reports, the blog, which is where Sandy Botkin, who actually helped put this software together, he actually has a blog that you can follow, and you can see here on the right recent blog entries. A lot of things, travel questions. We just had a convention. He talks about tax implications for those who are in Canada. There's also the library. And the library is extremely important, even more important than this video that you're watching, because really what these are is these are how-to videos where you're actually going to see Sandy Botkin on here talk about different subjects. So you can look at categories here on the left, and then here's the tax media library. I will tell you, if you will watch these videos, even if you watched one a day, you will save thousands of dollars a year in deductions by getting tax deductions that are available to you, more so than if you just try and even build the business. Now for some of you, you can go out and build the business like I have and make a pile of money. However, you've got to protect that money at the same time by maximizing the tax deductions available to you. So you'll want to make sure and use that library. And you know, the nice thing is you can actually go back and access that library right from your smartphone. When you pull up TaxBot on your smartphone, at the bottom right corner it says tutorial videos. Okay, so here's a nice thing. You can look at quick reports. Under these reports, it's going to show color-coded how much in expenses is going into the tax deduction. So it's going to take your total tax deductions and show which percentage is the highest. Now if you look at this and you look at these different categories here, what's kind of interesting is you're going to find what is the most. Okay, for a lot of people it's going to be mileage. Do you know that you get up to 55 cents per mile? 55 cents a mile. How many of you, by raise of hands, are tired of paying $4 or more a gallon in gas? $4 or more. How would you like to save 55 cents a mile on that gas? That's why you got to use Wake Up Now TaxBot. 55 cents a mile just on that alone. You know, how many of you, by raise of hands, have a cashback card that gives you between 1 to 5% or maybe some airline miles? Well, how would you like up to 45% back on your own money? Well, you can do that with Wake Up Now TaxBot, getting deductions that are available to you as a business owner. If you're a customer of Wake Up Now and you're seeing this, I would upgrade ASAP. I would upgrade yesterday, okay, and start getting the deductions that are available to you as you start to build your business. Even if you were to fail, but you're showing that you're trying to make a profit, you can save hundreds to thousands of dollars a year by getting those tax deductions that are available to you. So let's look at trips here, okay? So as we click on trips, the nice thing is that from your phone there is a GPS system. So as you go through and you watch some of those tutorial videos, it's going to show you how to actually do that and pull it up where it's going to track your miles from your house, from your work, or wherever it is, and it's going to trace all of those miles that you travel. So as you go through and if the IRS ever came to audit you, what you're going to find is you'll send them home packing because you are so organized with this system. You know, most people don't file what they can because they're afraid of being audited. Now what's nice about this, like if we click on expenses, you can manually put in these expenses. You can do it from your back office or you can do it from your phone. Now here's the interesting thing. What you're going to find on here is that with receipts, you can take pictures with your smartphone, and at any time you can go through, and if the IRS were to ever say prove that, bank statements aren't going to work. However, you can with receipts and show that proof of that expense, whatever it was, whether it was health insurance, whether it was work that you got done on your car, whether it was gasoline. You can pull up those receipts because they're on here. Let's just click on gasoline here, just as a quick example. So I can go through and I can look at, you know, it was Sinclair. If I need to change something, I can do that. I can also click on receipt, okay? Click on that image, and there's my receipt. It's turned sideways, but there's my receipt. It has proof that I actually went to Sinclair and filled up gas, okay? This is really, really neat because that's going to show your expense report. You can download this report as well. I can click on reports. Again, you can see all of this from your smartphone, just like you're seeing here on your back office. To me, it is so exciting to be able to see this. You can actually print the page, or you can actually download the tax report. It'll actually pull it up in Excel. You can actually just email it over to your accountant. Here's your expense report, your expenses by category, okay, which is a big deal. You can see all of this. You can look at your budget versus spending. Here's your expense by categories. You can look at date range, so you can change the dates here if you want to look at specific dates. But again, I want to click and go back to library, because when you first get in here after watching this little orientation video, you have got to spend time going through some of these videos. Again, maybe even one a day, okay? The things that you will learn, what you don't know, ignorance is so costly. Ignorance is so costly. And knowledge is power, but it's even more powerful when it is applied. And when you apply the knowledge that you get here through Wake Up Now TaxBot, you will literally put money back in your pocket. One of the reasons why people get rich is because it's not because they avoid taxes. It's because they are able to maximize the tax deductions that are available to them. For most people, they work from January to May 1st for the government, and then they work the rest of the year just to get by. Again, if you're a customer with Wake Up Now looking into this, you need to upgrade yesterday to become an independent business owner, get access to TaxBot. Regardless whether you have success in Wake Up Now or not, you will be able to put money back in your pocket, and essentially, like I said before, getting 45% back on your money. How many of you out there are doing that right now? Well, you can do that through the deductions that are available to you.